Welcome to the bulking series. So I'm going to be documenting my entire bulk into a competition prep for next year. So I will be competing next year in maybe one or two shows. I don't know just yet, but next year will be my debut on a bodybuilding stage. So I'm going to document everything that's going on, the bulk at the moment. I've started it about 12 weeks ago and kind of getting into the thick of it now. I finished off a 2.5 week mini cut just to pull off a bit of weight. And I'm just going to go through everything that's involved with what's happening now, because this is the part now of actually building a physique. So in order to cut down then next year. So there's so many good pointers that you can get from this now, depending where you are in your kind of fitness journey, or you're trying to improve your physique. You more than likely need to go into a bulk, which a lot of people don't want to do. So I'm just going to document the whole thing over the next couple of months, and basically getting comfortable. Being uncomfortable is probably going to be the biggest thing now. So, but you'll see PBs are going to keep happening, personal bests on all lifts. I've gotten all-time PBs in the last 12 weeks, just, or not even 12 weeks. And I'm going to try and document all of them. All the food has been increasing, and body weight has been increasing like non-stop. That's why we had to do a mini cut. And performance is through the roof, thank God. So I'm going to try post one video a week all the way up till next year. So I'm holding myself accountable, and you can subscribe to keep up to date with it. Right, so what do I mean about get comfortable being uncomfortable? So you're going to get out of shape, literally, gaining a good amount of body fat. And it can be quite strange doing that, because you might be just coming from being in a really good shape, like very little body fat. And then the idea of gaining a bunch of body fat in order to have a better physique in a couple of months' time is just, it seems so backwards. But in order to get your body to grow and change, grow and muscle, you have to be in a calorie surplus. So you have to be taking in more food. That means that you can prioritize building muscle because you have enough protein in your system. Like every bit of protein is going to be used for muscle building, rather than those protein just being calories. And just when you're in a deficit, you're probably not going to be using all the protein that you're ingesting, because you're in a deficit. But on top of that, you perform a lot better with higher body fat. It's to a certain point. You just don't want to go too high up, because your performance will probably dip down. So it's a fine balance of not gaining too much weight too quickly, because you will just get sluggish. So that's why we've done a mini cut. Feeling a lot better now, and then we just go on down from there. But you do not want to end up like in the next couple of months. You have to think, what body weight are you going to be at when you're at your leanest then again? So if you go up by 10 kilos and that's the peak of your bulk, then cutting 10 kilos away is going to be fairly handy in like 16 weeks. Whereas if you have 20 kilos plus to lose, you're going to put the muscle that you just built in detriment, because you will potentially be dipping into that muscle mass and losing muscle mass then in that severe cut. So that's not ideal. So it needs to be controlled, right up and right back down then again, but always have the goal of coming back out of it then. But main thing is you're going to be looking sloppy, but it doesn't matter. It's all going to come off anyway. And the muscle that's being built is the goal here anyway. So the PB I'm going for today is going to be flat dumbbell bench press. So I always neglected doing chest exercises just because I was so focused on just improving my back with physiotherapy. And I came out with a cut. My max was 32.5 kilos either hand. And nearly it's like every 2 or 3 rotations of the same session, it's gone up and up and up because I was having issues with my shoulder. Like that's obviously the thing you have to deal with as well. Obviously, you can just keep gaining strength, but if you've niggles and injuries, it's not going to happen. So what I'm doing is I started at 20 kilos and now I'm just going up 25. Then I'll go 30 kilos and then I'm going to run downstairs. I'll grab maybe 36 kilos for 1 or 2 and then I'm going to go straight in for the 40 kilos. So all I'm focusing on now is, with these ones, is literally just getting a good stretch, nice slow reps, making sure there's no niggles because I can kind of feel my right shoulder is a little bit sharp. So I'm just want to try and get in as much blood as I can there before I go heavier weight, just in case that might go, whatever it is. So and then visualize they are 40 kilo dumbbells. Now, so far I've gotten PBs on barbell back squat, barbell bench press, it's a little bit sideways, barbell squat, deadlift, RDL, bench press, dumbbell bench press, everything, literally everything. And to think I've been training for so long, like especially the past year and a half, it's been in a deficit. Like I was gaining strength and then it kind of plateaued no matter what I done. It was just staying the same. So it doesn't matter what your program is like. You're just not going to gain strength if you're in a surplus for far too long. And if it's a really aggressive one, it'll start backfiring. So it's always good to kind of have a block where you're just gaining strength, try and maintain that strength into a deficit again, and that's your golden then. So 30 kilos now, then I'll run downstairs, aim for maybe 34, 36, and then just go straight into the 40s. But shoulder's not feeling the best today, so okay. Just trying to be as strong and accurate as I can with these reps. Like that's 30 kilos there. I could probably rep that 20 plus. So it's definitely time to go up. But it's always nerve-wracking. You're a bit too hyped up trying to do heavier weight, you know. So there we go. There's another PB ticked off. Now, that's the benefit of having someone there to train with you. Like if you need a spot, just take it. Drew helped me on definitely the first rep. When the dumbbells drop down, it's just like, because they're moving at speed, it becomes way heavier. So I definitely wouldn't have gotten out with that first one. So once I got that one out of the way, Drew pulled up the elbow slightly. That's all he needs. Just that little push. And then the benefit of Drew having his hands on my wrists meant that it was going from A to B instead of the dumbbells moving around like that. So that was kind of guidance. If I wasn't going to make the rep, then Drew would have just pulled it up. But like obviously you'd like if you weren't being held on to, but in hindsight, it's the best thing to do. I know I can do the 40 kilo dumbbells now. I just need to keep cracking after my might get stuck here, might plateau. But very, very happy with that. That's a whole rack now. If I can get, I do 8 reps on that one, but if I could do 40 kilos with no spot, I'd be very, very happy with that. And I know I'm ready to move on then. So that's another PB. And then I'll just do, that's one heavy set, and then just do a back off set now of 14 reps with 27.5, yeah. And that's kind of the session. That's all I wanted to come in and do. So I'm happy with that now because I'll be heading away on holidays in 3 or 4 days. So I'm happy with that. Like I've made progress on everything. So I think I'm coming up towards the end of this program cycle now. The way things are going, I could run this for another 2 months. Because if you're still making progress in the lifts that you're doing and you change your program, then you're just missing out. You're missing out on the progress you could have made. Like it's not a thing of every program has to last 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. It's as long as it takes before you start to regress or plateau, then change it out then. But stick with similar lifts. So swapping out a dumbbell press for an incline press, or even going chest press machine flat, leave out dumbbells for a while, go back to dumbbells, and then progress then through there. So these are the kind of tips you pick up when you've been training for a while. And there's nothing more frustrating when you are going to the gym and you don't actually know what you're doing and you're in and out, and you'll probably notice like you're stuck at the same lifts while someone else has progressed on. That is issue just down to consistency, just showing up. Regardless of if you're feeling 100% or not, you might be going, oh, there's no way I'm getting a personal best today, so I'm not going to bother going. You just need to go anyway, and you'd be very, very surprised by what you're able to do. Secondly, your nutrition and your fitness level isn't probably where it could be. So you might need to strip back to the foundations, get good at the basic lifts. You know, you might be great at doing certain lifts, and that's why you've stuck with them for so long, because you've progressed them so much. So you need to step out of your comfort zone and go, okay, I need to leave that one out for a while and go back to the basics. You might be doing a chest press machine, let's say, and you have the whole like 3 or 4 plates on it either side, or you might have the leg press squatted out or maxed out on the leg press, but you can't do a barbell squat. You might need to just go, okay, I need to strip it back and go back to basics. Start with the bar, go with the bar, or just light dumbbells and get your movement in from there. And you'd be very, very surprised if you stick with that plan and do something very manageable, and then just increase it by a small amount each week, and you'd be very, very surprised where you'd end up if you're in a deficit or not, a calorie deficit that is, and then going from there then as well, you know. Why? I have dumbbell chest press ticked off. I do have a wide grip lat pull down to do after that, but I've done horizontal row instead just for today, because the only thing I wanted to progress was that, and I can feel myself just going hypo now because I'm at the end of this mini cut now, so there's not much carbs in the system at all, and I just went through all of them, so I'm not feeling the best right now. So the rest of the session's just like I'll still get 30 kilos on shoulder press, which was a goal, and I had that ticked off the last time. So I'm just going to leave that there. And once I have that one done, I'll probably just leave it at that then for today. The rest of it is actually just shoulders, lateral raises galore, and that's it then. So I do. This is how I felt with every session during prep. So that's obviously why you're not able to progress very well, because you feel like shit. So yeah, I'm just going to finish off with shoulder press. So enjoy. Fuck. Remember to grab the same weights. That'll show you how fucked I am. Okay. Okay. That felt very fucking heavy when it shouldn't have.